Greetings, my name is Neosekken, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. In the last episode, we did our second trial day for Will Powers, and using Cody Hackins, Edgeworth's decisive witness, against him, we've uncovered some very important and crucial facts regarding the case. Namely, that the murder of Jack Hammer didn't actually occur at Studio 1, but rather at Studio 2. Where the pathway to that place was blocked off after Jack Hammer, who apparently stole the Steel Samurai costume from Will Powers after he drugged him with sleeping pills, was spotted by the security cameras at 2 o'clock. So now we got to investigate the actual scene of the crime, Studio 2, and see if anybody at the trailer indeed actually killed Jack Hammer. And if so, why? So that's our homework assignment that was given to us from the judge in the last episode. Let's get started. October 19th, 3:27 p.m., Wright & Co. Law Offices. That was a close one, huh, Mia? Really? Too bad. I'm sorry I missed it. Hey, Maya. Maya! So, what happened? Well, I think I got a pretty good idea who did it. Now all I need is a motive. And proof. Wow! Good going, Nick. Under the initial trial system, tomorrow is the last day we have. Initial trial? What's that? That's a new court system they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. They had so many cases in the system, they decided to speed the whole process up. So, under that system, trials have to end in 3 days? Yeah, pretty much. I believe that's also how it's done in the Japanese legal system. In which case, well, if we were playing a version of this game that was, completely localized in Japan, then, well, this would be accurate to what they're describing regarding the legal system over there. But we are in Japanifornia, so yeah. Well, we've no time to waste. Okay, chat with me. Steel Samurai. I don't get it, Maya. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai costume? Again, I think it's pretty much as I stated at the last episode. To frame Will Powers, obviously. I mean, he allowed himself to get spotted by a security camera. What? You mean Mr. Hammer was wearing the costume? Yeah. But Mr. Hammer was the victim, Nick. Why would he go through the trouble of stealing it? That's what we have to find out. So, what? The director's alibi isn't looking so solid to me now. What about you, Maya? What happened with the director's testimony? Well, it's pretty clear that the producer and the director were both in the trailer. Huh. Which means that the killer has to be one of them. Huh? That's really? Why? Because the real scene of the crime was Studio 2, where that trailer is. What? Was Maya always this excitable? Well, we are dealing with, the Steel Samurai here. Of course she would be. Got any ideas for me before we head out? Well, have you noticed anything that might help us? I can't see what's going on when Mia is here. So, no. I haven't noticed anything. Right. Maybe we should go talk to WP? WP. Powers. Right. Here, look at my badge. Sorry, I don't know how that'll help us figure this out. I need to think about that one too, actually. I thought I had something, but I don't. I would have thought that there was Jack Hammer inside. But why did he steal it? That's what I have to figure out. Okay, guide map. Spear. Get your own samurai. I just wish I had my own samurai spear. Just think, I could poke you as much as I wanted. Me? Why me? Well, why not? Mr. Monkey's head. Path to Glory. What do you think about this? It's that fanboy's prized possession. Wow, impressive. It's a little different from the Steel Samurai on TV. These are mostly taken to those PR shows they do at stores and fairs. I'm pretty sure it's not even Will Powers inside that suit. No true fan would be satisfied with anything less than the real thing. He's still a child, I suppose. I guess it takes an adult to appreciate the real deal. Right, Nick? Yeah, whatever you say. Hey, I was a kid once myself too, you know, and I definitely had appreciation for the real deal then for shit I liked. This is Cody's... Hey, a digital camera! I'm impressed a kid like him would have something this expensive. It's so archaic with today's technology, though. Kids these days. I don't imagine spirit mediums in training get a lot of toys. Why would they need them? They can channel ghosts. Okay, PW, what do you got for me? And yes, I know I said that backwards. It's totally intentional. Mr. Wright, you did very well again today. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears? Wow, Nick, you must have really wowed him in there. And you could wipe that grin off. And could you wipe that grin off your face? Okay, WP. Only one day left. Let's make it count. Yes. Well, there's not really anything I can do to help. I'm not really sure what I can do either. Please. This is no laughing matter. Come on, try to be a little cheery, man. Be optimistic. You gotta bring the mood down for everybody. Excuse me. Thank you for showing me that, whatever it is. I wish I could think of some way for me to help you. Sorry. Okay, so tell me about the producer. Could you tell me more about Miss Vasquez? Oh, the producer. She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius. A genius? She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares to tell her different these days. Why is that? Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and what? Nothing. Forget it. I've only heard rumors anyhow. Well, what are these rumors, man? They might be helpful. Speak to me. Director Minella. Tell me about the sweaty tub of lard. Can you tell me anything about Mr. Minella? Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director. But something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everyone knows the name Sal Minella. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever she says jump, he asks how high and all that. I can't imagine him being at her beck and call. Though I can't imagine him jumping. If he did, he'd probably sink right through the ground all the way to the other side of the globe. I'm sorry, was that too mean a joke? Mr. Hammer. I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just dropped off the face of the earth. Oh. Yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business. But he just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global. How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer. He just gave up being a star 5 years ago. I wonder why. Actually, now that I think about it, I was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global. 5 years ago. So we got 2 coincidences happening. Jack Hammer loses his stardom, or quits being a star, and Vasquez shows up. interesting. Here's that picture again. Is that really Jack Hammer inside that suit? He's the only one who could have been. But why would he? Yeah, why? You're the medium. Why don't you sum up Mr. Hammer's spirit and ask him yourself? Give me about 3 more years. Look at us, the 2 novices. We're quite the team, I gotta say. Excuse me. Okay, you won't say anything about that. Regarding the murder weapon. Yes? Is it heavy, that spear? It's pretty hefty, yeah. Okay. Nothing new on that. What about the head? Or the path to glory? Have you seen this, Mr. Powers? What's that? I've never seen these steel samurais in my life. These are the steel samurais that appear at live shows. The fanboy collected all these pictures himself. Seeing things like this really makes me think. I mean so much to these kids, you know? Yeah, you kind of do. Or rather, to be more accurate, I guess it's more so the steel samurai. That means a lot to probably most of them. I don't know how many of them would actually care all that much about the actor behind the suit. I'm not saying that there aren't people that don't care. I just don't think that they take the majority. Excuse me. Okay, never mind. Okay, I think we got everything that we can get from you. Are you still intimidated by Will? Seems frozen. Oh, yes he does. Okay, let's go to the studio again. You don't look angry right this second, but I bet as soon as you get your first line of dialogue, that'll change very quickly. I am wrong. Doubly wrong. Triple. The old windbag sure is quiet today. Quintuple. Is that the right one? Quintuple? The one for 4? You know, this place is really peaceful like this. Kind of is, isn't it? Sextuple. I think that's for... No way, I skipped a number. Nick? I think our guard's down. Yeah? I bet we can even eat those donuts in the guard station. If we wanted. You eat, you die. We got something! Phew, she's alive. So, what's got you in a quiet mood today, Windy? Maybe the producer had something to do with it. I was wondering about D. Vasquez, the producer. Oh, the studio bigwigs love her. So she always gets her way. She seems bitter. Do you not like the producer? Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry. I'm going to say that's a definite no, that you don't like her. I doubt you have a very high opinion of the director too, right? Can I ask you about Salmonella, the director? Sal. He's soft. A pushover. Does whatever Vasquez tells him to. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it. Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like dirt? Well, Maya, maybe I should have you sit down and while I introduce you to the concept of masochism. That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick? No, it doesn't, Maya. Fine. I guess we can have this talk another time. So, Mr. Hammer was actually in the suit. Are you aware of this fact yet? About Mr. Hammer. Ah! I heard about what you said today, cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer. You drag his star down from the sky and stomp on it. Calling him a criminal. A thief! I won't forget this! Uh-oh, she's really pissed this time. You listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Powers' costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible. Is it? Is it really? Look at my badge. Miss Oldbag, what do you think of this? Think? I'm not in the mood for thinking, thank you very much. I think that is the biggest lie you've told me yet. Miss Oldbag? What? Get that filth out of my sight! And you're claiming that's poor old Hammer in there? And I thought you were such an innocent youth. Bah! Now that is also the second biggest lie I've heard you say so far. Me thinking that I'm innocent. Oop. Get back there, you idiot, you dingus. Path to Glory. I don't think I'm going to get much out of her right now, so let's move on to the employee area. So, who's going to be here, I wonder? Sal or Penny? I guess they're not filming today either. I did want to see them filming just one time. This trial will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come see them film later. I guess. This is where you found that bottle of sleeping pills, right? Uh-huh. I wonder if there's any other clues lying around. Yeah! No, no, no! No touching! Hello, sweet shoe. How you doing? You look very agitated right now. Would you care sitting down and letting me fetch you a donut from the guard station? Eek! Oh, sorry, pal. Didn't mean to frighten you. Didn't mean? I almost had a heart attack! I guess I can be a little dramatic-y at times. I suppose it's the actor in me. Dramatic-y indeed. I'm hoping I'm saying that word right. Ahem. Anyway, I'm here to examine the plate on that table. Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills? Yeah, pal. Traces thereof. Okay. How's that coming along? So you're looking for traces of the sleeping pills. How? For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. But I have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. Our science guy gave me some testing solution. This reacts to these sleeping pills, see? If there are traces, it'll change color. Wow, neat. Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for? Now, everything in due time, pal. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, alright. Then that confirms it. Jack Hammer definitely used sleeping pills on Mr. Powers' meal. So the food on this plate had been laced with sleeping pills. Looks like it. A steak plate, found in the employee area. On it are traces of sleeping pills and a large bone. Okay, this will definitely help make our case in court. So tell us about the investigation. How goes your investigation? To tell the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers. Some people think we should switch suspects. I agree with the latter group of people. What do you think, Detective Gumshoe? Well, pal, I hate to admit it, but I'm not sure I buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. I feel kind of bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though. Yeah, well, he can just suck it. It's about time that he faces some cold hard reality. With said reality being that not everybody who appears before you in court is guilty, good sir. How is Edgeworth doing, anyway? Mr. Edgeworth is out of control. He was in the waiting room and he crushed this paper cup with hot coffee in it. Ow! Whoa. Talk about burns, pal. Wow. The fury of Edgeworth. Hotter than a cup of coffee. Yeah, crushing paper cups. Cups. Bottles? Say, whatever happened to that empty bottle? Oh, the bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news for you about that. They found the victim, Jack Hammer's prints, on the bottle. There we go! We got his prints now. We definitely have definitive proof now. He spiked the stake. So that means... Yep, sounds like the one who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim. So I was right. Okay, found on the table in the employee area bears Jack Hammer's fingerprints. Okay, so look at my badge. I'm guessing I know as much about that as you do, pal. I.e. nothing. Fuck you, I've been doing good with my lawyering up until now. You don't know anything about Jack's autopsy report, or about the picture, or the spear. You know nothing about this case at all, so I gotta ask, why are you even here? It's looking like Will Powers was drugged. I'm going to go back to the precinct to do some more detailed tests. You're being very free with your information today, Detective. No kidding. I'm not complaining, though. Well, don't go telling anyone this, pal. Well, I was kind of impressed at today's trial, too. Most lawyers would have given up after that director's testimony. I think if it had been anyone but you up there, Powers would be done for by now. Got that right. I'm fucking awesome. Detective, about that bottle. Oh, that? Talk about embarrassing, pal. Can't believe I missed that on my first sweep for evidence. Don't know how I can apologize to Mr. Edgeworth. It must be tough being a detective with all that responsibility. No, it's actually more accurate to say it's tough just being Mr. Sweet Shoe. Oh. Blush. Okay, Sweet Shoe. You've given me everything I want from you for now, so I'm gonna go off my merry way, investigating some more shit. Hey, Penny! How you doing? Oh, hello. What are you doing here? Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room. Or are you removing evidence? I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so... What? Why? But WP's innocent. Yes, and I'm really grateful for all you've done. But... this week is the last episode of The Steel Samurai. What? No! So that script we gave Miss Vasquez earlier, episode 13, was the one for the final episode, I assume. Anyway, poor Maya. She's clearly devastated. I think somebody should go reassure her that everything's going to be alright. Look at my badge. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what to make of that. You can make the fact that it's law-oriented. So, Mr. Hammer. I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer. Yes? On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2. Huh? I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the Steel Samurai costume, too. What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh. I guess the rumor must be true, then. Are we finally going to learn what this rumor is now? We've been kind of getting allusions to it for, like, several episodes now. Rumor? Yeah. Miss Vasquez, that producer, has some kind of hold on Hammer. She has some dirt on him. He'd do anything she said, apparently. So, blackmail. So, taking the facts that we know, Jack Hammer stops being a star about 5 years ago, around the same time this producer shows up. And apparently, there's rumors that she has some kind of dirt on him. How much are you guys willing to bet that all three of these things are connected? I'm willing to bet my life savings, really. Some dirt? What dirt? Dirt. You know, bad stuff. I know what dirt means. About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio. Studio 2. You mean the one that looks like it hasn't been used in years? Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set the way it was, too. Film set? Was that trailer part of the film set, then? Apparently. So, tell us about this last episode. What do you mean, the last Steel Samurai? It's okay, Maya. Everything's gonna be alright. I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed a Steel Samurai's death warrant. Just find a replacement actor! No. No! Also, I hear that Global Studios is going to change its programming. They're not going to make kids shows anymore. What? Why? I don't know. It's sad, but that's what Global Studios decided. Studio policy, tell us more about it. Why aren't they going to make kids shows anymore? She just said that she doesn't know. The studio bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. They want it quiet, you understand? But you just said you didn't know. Which is it? Do you not know, or do you? Well, clearly you do, but I mean, make up your damn mind. How can they just do that? What about all the kids who love the Steel Samurai? It's okay. I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow. No, that can't be true. Well, yeah, it kind of is. When someone grows old for a lot of people, they'll just move on to something new. If the program just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure. Nick, say something. Yeah. That's my something. But just a simple yeah. I think evidence, rather than words, is called for here. Here, take a look at this. Take a look at this thing. And this is... A fan collected all these photographs. The kids love the Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't be canceled just so some adults can save face. They're not going to be impressed by just one fan's collection of scrapbook pictures, man. I'm sorry, but I mean... That's not how the real world works. Although, to be fair, this isn't exactly the real world that we're in, so who the fuck knows? I would think you would understand that better than anyone. You're right. Okay, but what can I do? Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell me what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this accident 5 years ago. Okay. So, what happened 5 years ago? Could you tell us what happened 5 years ago? Well, I can tell you what I've heard. Apparently, 5 years ago, someone died. And it was Hammer's fault. That would be a pretty big thing to blackmail somebody on. Someone died? It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Miss Vasquez, managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt she had on Mr. Hammer. And that's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Miss Vasquez asked him to do. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Well, you know Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out. Good old corruption in the entertainment industry. I see. You know who knows more about this? Miss Oldbag. She was here at the studios back then, you know. Thanks. We'll try asking her. If she'll talk. Well, we gotta get the old windy bag speaking the truth to us. Wow. Wow. It must have taken him forever to collect all these. Kids love to steal samurai. They do, don't they? Sorry. What's that? An empty bottle of sleeping pills. With Mr. Hammer's fingerprints on it. Now I'm really confused. Well, I don't have time to deal with your confusion right now. I gotta go fix my own. By talking to a really windy old bag. What? You're still slinking around? You bet! Slinking is what I do best. Like a snake. If you like the place so much, why don't you take over for me? The old windbag doesn't look so good. I don't know, I think she looks the same as always. Everybody's doing their darnest to forget Hammer. Who do they think made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer! It's all due to Hammer. She's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance? It's not like she's got rabies, Maya. Chill out. So, what happened 5 years ago? I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago. Who told? Who did you hear that from? Huh? Nichols! Nichols? Nichols, Nick. Penny Nichols. That assistant we talked to. Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about the accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man. Didn't he? With whippersnappers! Dredging up dirt on someone's past like that. And the recently departed, no less! I suppose you think this is fun? No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers. And you claim that Mr. Hammer stole Powers' costume. You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof? If that Hammer stole Powers' costume, I have proof. I'm sorry, Miss Oldbag, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume. With this! Here's my proof. What? What's a little empty bottle supposed to prove? It's a bottle of sleeping pills. With Mr. Hammer's fingerprints on it. But what does that prove? I'm sure old Hammer had some sleepless nights. Where's your proof that he used those pills on Powers? Right here. Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, correct? Well, yes. So? This is the plate that he used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on the plate. The truth is a cruel mistress, but it does have your best interests at heart. In the end. I see. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. Miss Oldbag? Okay. You win. I'll talk. I'm tired, you see. I'm tired of holding it all in. Miss Oldbag. You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. I'd imagine so. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. So how'd she get the photo back from the paparazzi? She has ties to the mafia. Yeah? So she basically sent a Mr. Fix-It guy, a cleanup guy, to take care of the paparazzi guy, right? She silenced that paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio. I see. But you have to understand. Poor old Hammer never meant any harm to anyone. Miss Oldbag. Hold on a minute. Poor Miss Oldbag. Here. Take this. A photograph. Oh. I'm guessing this is from 5 years ago, right? During the accident. Oh, why am I asking this? Of course I know. Wait a second. This is the picture. Is this the trailer in Studio 2? Looks like they fell right on those spikes in the flower bed. Hammer was supposed to fight with a bad guy on top of those stairs. There. He pushed the other actor, and the man fell onto the flower box fence. But how did you get this? It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it. Were you the paparazzi who took the photo and they made you work here to keep you quiet? Either that or you just managed to get the photo somehow. I understand. 5-year-old photo shows an accident involving Jack Hammer. Well, we got the dirt. The big dirt. And boy, let me tell you, it is very dirty indeed. Poor old Hammer. He was a big star. The biggest. The accident 5 years ago is what did him in. He wanted to hide it. He didn't want anyone to know. Poor silly old Hammer. If he had just come out and confessed, and Vasquez wouldn't have had gotten her claws into him. Well, some people care a lot about their public image. What can I tell you? Often to a lot of people's detriment. Yet another unfortunate fact about reality. Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume. Then he left from here to go to Studio 2? Right. But why? I wonder if someone called him. Like the director? Or the producer? If somebody called him, why would he need to go dressed as a Steel Samurai? So, hi, Miss Mafia Lady. An excellent day we're having, I hope. Hey, Nick. It's Miss Vasquez. Hello? Hello? Hello! Maya, you should at least try to be polite. I'm watching the clouds. You mean the clouds of smoke coming out from your mouth, or the clouds in the heavens? That's all she had to say, apparently. Tell us about Mr. Hammer. Oh, silent one. Excuse me? Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder and... Shh. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something, Nick. She's really ticking me off. So much that's making you cry tears of rage. It's okay, Maya. I'll handle the mean lady. Oh dear. Tell me about the suspect, Will Powers. Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai. I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai. You did it. Nick! She did it! She's the killer! My Fey blood speaks to me. I know it! I know it! Well, simmer that blood of yours down, Maya. We don't want it to boil out of your skin now. Oh dear. So, tell us about your jumping boy. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manila. If you must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer. By yourselves. Oh dear. Well, I think I gotta do something incredibly fucking stupid. And that's show what my hand to the enemy. The very same enemy that would very much like to keep certain things a secret. At any costs. So, let's repeat history, Feeny Weeny. It's not like as though we should have learned from our lesson from Red White from the last case. She's not even looking. Where? What? Where did you get that? Well, old bag. Old? She means the security lady, Miss Oldbag, Nick. Right. Anyway, Miss Vasquez, you hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer. Do you really think... I find it cute that you think that this is actually going to end well for you. Because, I mean, you just learned that she has ties to the Mafia. And I mean, like, again, in the last case, we were dealing with freaking Red fucking White. You really don't think history is going to repeat itself even a little here? The wind. Huh? It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. I don't hear anything. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more. Inside the trailer. Nick, she went inside the trailer. Well, let's go inside. Why the hell not? You came. Well then, what was that you were talking about? Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden? Miss Vasquez, you were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kids' shows for petty change. So I'm a blackmailer now. Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident, but you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star. Oh. I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord. But you were the cause. You pressured him. I think it was just an accident. Excuse me. What is this all about? You keep saying accident. Accident. How are you so sure? What do you mean? Must I spell everything out for you? Think. What would it be if it wasn't an accident? Murder? No. No way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose? That is what I mean. Well, you got the nervous face about you, and you're really smoking that pipe, so that is quite the revelation, if we are to believe you. But where's your proof? Can you prove it? Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? And I ran him hard, believe you me. But the security lady said it was an accident. Oh. Well, she was a big fan of Hammer's, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. Okay, so that's how she got the photo. She wrenched it out of his hands, she did. Give him a few bruises, too. So that's why she had the photo. She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is the negatives. He could have made a copy. But he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. And the music has stopped. Give it to me. Now. What? This is valuable evidence, boys! I fucking told you it was a trap, you idiot. I fucking told you. Who are they? Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? The trial ends tomorrow. How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt. No? Why should D. Vasquez care about it at all? I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about that where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away. No! Hold it right there! It's Sweet Shoe to the rescue! I heard everything, pal! And please tell me you got backup. D. Vasquez! You're coming down to the precinct with me. Now! Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then. In court. I'll be looking forward to it. You and me both. You managed to escort them away all by yourself, Sweet Shoe. You are fucking hardcore. I don't care how stupid everybody says you are, even if you kind of are. You can pull some cool shit off when it counts. Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. Oh, come on, you just decided to wait for the right opportunity, you idiot. But it's okay, it helped me out. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing. Detective Gumshoe. Thank you. I was really scared. Huh? Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job. Detective Gumshoe? Sorry, it's just... I've wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. You're a loser, but I like you. Okay, I've got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon. Well, Nick, it looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this. And who's at the bottom? D. Vasquez. To be continued. Okay, so we got a showdown between myself and D. Vasquez coming right for this final trial day. We can save that for the next episode. I'm going to go ahead and cut things off here. Hope you guys enjoyed this latest episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. If you did and you want to see more content from me, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I will see you next time for my inevitable victory in court. Take care.